Hello viewers, it's Super GT here. Welcome to some more Forza 6 online gameplay. So this is one of this week's leagues, the S-Class Ghost Hopper. So there is no chance of getting totally wrecked like a complete noob into turn number 1 because there's no collisions. That Ferrari going a little bit wide there. I am driving the Maserati number 35 Super Trofeo. A very good car for this class actually, it turns out. I kind of just went for this car randomly whilst doing that stall challenge last week, and it turned out to be very good. It's tuned by ACR 1E76. I'll put that in the description if you want to try and get the same tune as well. It's a solid car for this class. A little bit oversteery on the throttle coming out of the turns, but you just have to learn to manage that, of course. So this is Circuit of the Americas. One of my, well, love-hate tracks really. I do like driving it sometimes, but the curbs around here are absolutely shocking. And yes, I do go four wheels off the circuit there. You know, don't kill me about that. So, that guy's gone a little bit wide again in the Ferrari. We are maintaining a solid third position there. KTM Crossbow is getting away from us in first position. The McLaren just ahead of us. And what is that? A Dodge Viper right behind us in fourth. Now we've gone through into second. Just going to tap the curb there ever so slightly, and that's going to put me off onto the grass, going very wide here. So I was second, go down into seventh as we rejoin going into the final turn, going into eighth position momentarily there through the final turn. Can we get decent momentum? This is a good opportunity to see how people have tuned their cars, who has the best car on the straight. That Lotus actually keeping up quite nicely. The Viper there a little slow as we go into the first turn at the top of the hill. Getting very close here. This is the good thing about this kind of racing. Obviously it's not the same as a real race where you have to properly think about how you overtake, or if you're a noob just ram everyone off, but it's very good to have so many people so close to each other, which often isn't possible when there are collisions because, well, you know, people get rammed out of the way and then the race spreads out quite a lot. So it's actually very good to have this kind of close racing. As for that curb cut there, it is actually legal. It doesn't actually dirty your lap doing that. So I'm just wondering whether turn 10 are kind of letting you have that one for free. I'm not sure. But that is legal. Actually in the AOR league I was doing around this track, you are able to do that. We were all doing that, going across that curb quite a lot. The game doesn't penalise you for that. So, coming through these long right-handers here. I don't know if I like this track like a huge amount. It seems a little artificial. I guess that's a theme of modern F1 circuits, that they are kind of, I don't know, they're not really put together with like passion and love. They're sort of just a bit mundane and robotic. This track especially is kind of, it's taken the best parts of other circuits and put them all into one, but it just doesn't really work for me. Not quite the same, especially like the S's around the Sector 1, which we will get to in just a moment. It's not quite the same as the one at Silverstone. You can see where they've got their inspiration, but for me it doesn't quite work. But the race here is getting very interesting. We've got Dodge Viper there going through into second. It'd be very tough to keep up with him as he looks to get some clear air ahead of him. The Ferrari, who's been going wide constantly, is now in third. I'm in fourth, and we do have close company behind from AOT Steve in fifth. So it's by all means a very close race at this current stage. First place looks like he's gone quite considerably at this stage. As you can see there, keeping a clean lap despite going very far off the circuit somehow, but it works. So coming through into the long right-hander here. A long right-hander followed by a long left-hander. Varying lines through here. It's quite tough to judge your line through this one. I like to go fairly deep into this one and cut back for a late apex. The late apex, they're giving you an opportunity to get the throttle down a bit earlier. So that is one way you can adjust your driving style to the car. So this car doesn't have very good acceleration through the slow corners because of the wheel spin. So the way that you account for that is to take a wider entry and a straighter exit. So of course taking a straighter exit lessens the likelihood of wheel spin. So that is a good lesson for you if you kind of new to traction control off. For those of you with traction control on, it doesn't really matter too much. You can floor the throttle and nothing will happen really. But if you start turning it off, you're going to have to start adapting your lines to the cars that you're using if you want ultimate pace. I go a little bit too wide there, grazed the curb. As you can see there, once again the curbs give me a bit of trouble. You do have to be very careful on the curbs. Another lesson for traction control off users is being very gentle with the throttle whilst on a curb. Most often not putting full throttle whilst on the curb, because it will most likely spin you round. But we've gone momentarily into second there. It's getting very close. We've only got half a lap remaining as we come up to the long right-hander once again. Quite a tough corner to take. I go a little bit too wide there, but I can come back for a straighter exit, as I said, and going a little bit drifty by coming into the long left now, going very deep, coming back for the late apex. The car is ever so slightly straighter than what it would have been if I'd gone in earlier. It's coming into the long right-hander. I guess this is an inspiration taken from Turn 8 at Turkey. Sadly a track that they no longer do in Formula 1. Coming to the second to last turn, get on the brakes nicely there, hit the apex beautifully. We have got a guy right behind us still, but he's going to rely on us to make a mistake through the final turn. And we've hit the apex nicely into second gear on the exit, up to third and now into fourth. As we come across the line, we are going to finish second. Are we going to finish second? Yes, we are, just about. Look at that, 0.011. Very close. That Ferrari had very good straight line speed. I was not expecting that at all. But we finished second. So that was a decent race in the end. That is one good thing about this this Ghost lobby. You can get very, very close racing without the worry of having the shit smashed out of you. So in the end, that was a decent race, and I was pretty pleased with that one. And I hope you have enjoyed this video too. So hit that like button if you did. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.